Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Hope you guys stay safe and healthy. In this video, we will learn about quadratic equations, which is how to form a quadratic equations. Before we start, let me introduce myself first. My name is Anisatul Islami. I am studying mathematics education in my third year at UIN Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. This video is my final project of English for Mathematics Education with the lecturer of the course, Miss Khamida. According to the title of the video, we will discuss about how to form a quadratic equations. So, grab your pen and paper, let's get started! I have a problem related to quadratic equations. Let's solve this problem together. Two students trying to solve equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Both students do it with the correct procedure. However, one student incorrectly copied the middle term so that he got the roots -2 and 4, while the other student copied the constant term incorrectly so that he got the roots 2 and 5. So, the correct roots are... How do we solve it? Okay, before we solve this problem, let's understand the following concepts. Let's go! There are two methods for forming a quadratic equations. The first method, if the roots of the quadratic equation are given. For example, it is given that the roots of a quadratic equation are alpha and beta. To get the quadratic equation, you can substitute the roots into the following equation: x minus alpha times x minus beta is equal to 0, where alpha and beta are the roots of quadratic equation. Why should it be substituted into the equation? Do you remember, if you want to get the roots of a quadratic equation, one way is to factor the quadratic equation. Now, the form of the equation x minus alpha times x minus beta is equal to 0 is the result of factoring the quadratic equation. If we do a few algebraic operations, we cross the equations, we get a quadratic equation. Come on, let's move on to the second method. The second method is form a quadratic equation if the sum and the product of the roots are given. For example, the roots of a quadratic equation are alpha and beta. If what is given in the problem is the sum and the product of the roots, then to get the quadratic equation, you can use the following formula: x squared minus alpha plus beta times x plus alpha multiply beta is equal to 0. Or x squared plus b over a times x plus c over a is equal to 0, where alpha plus beta is equal to negative b over a and alpha multiply beta is equal to c over a. Well, actually the formula of the second method is the cross product of the equation x minus alpha times x minus beta is equal to 0, which we used to find the quadratic equation in the previously method. And the description is as follows: x times x equal to x squared, x times negative beta equal to minus beta x, and then negative alpha times x equal to minus alpha x, and negative alpha times negative beta equal to plus alpha multiply beta is equal to 0. We do operation and we get x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha multiply beta is equal to 0. So, why do we get alpha plus beta equal to negative b over a and alpha multiply beta equal to c over a? Starting from this equation, then each side is multiplied by the constant a, so that the equation becomes as follows: ax squared minus a times alpha plus beta times x plus a times alpha multiply beta is equal to 0. After that, we apply it with the general form of the quadratic equation, so we get negative a times alpha plus beta equal to b. Each side we multiply by negative 1 over a. Then we get alpha plus beta equal to negative b over a. This equation is called the sum of the roots, or SOR. And then a times alpha multiply beta equal to C, each side we multiply by 1 over A. Then we get alpha multiply beta equal to C over A. So this equation is called product of the roots, or POR. From that elaboration, the formula for the sum and the product of the roots of the quadratic equation is derived. Well, do you understand the concept of the formula? Okay, now we back to this problem. In your opinion, which formula do you use for this question? The first formula or the second formula? Or is it possible to use both formulas? Okay, let's try use the two formulas that have been described before. Okay, the solution of this problem, let the two students are student A and student B. In student A case, we will use the first formula. Student A got the roots are -2 and 4. We can write it as alpha is equal to -2 and beta is equal to 4. And then we substitute the roots to the formula x minus alpha times x minus beta is equal to 0. So the equation becomes x minus -2 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. X minus -2 is equal to x plus 2 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we do cross multiplication. X times x equal to x squared, x times -4 equal to minus 4x, and then 2 times x equal to plus 2x, and the last 2 times -4 equal to minus 8 is equal to 0. We sum the linear terms, so we got the quadratic equation is x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. Because in this process, the wrong quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 is b, then the value of a is equal to 1 and c is equal to -8. Okay, next in student B case, we will use the second formula. Student B got the roots are 2 and 5. We can write it as alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to 5. The first step we do is find the SOR and POR. The sum of roots we get 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. And the product of roots we get 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to 10. Then we substitute the value of SOR and POR to the formula x squared minus SORx plus POR is equal to 0. Then the equation becomes x squared minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. So, we get the quadratic equation is x squared minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. Because in this process, the wrong quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 is c, then the value of a is equal to 1 and b is equal to -7. Well, it turns out that we can use the two formulas in this problem. And we got for student A case, the correct value of A is equal to 1 and C is equal to -8. For student B case, we get the correct value of A is equal to 1 and B is equal to -7. So from the two conclusion, we get that A is equal to 1, B is equal to -7, and C is equal to -8. Okay, now we substitute the value of A, B, and C to the general form of quadratic equation. Then the equation becomes x squared minus 7x minus 8 is equal to 0. By use factoring quadratic equation, we get x minus 8 times x plus 1 is equal to 0. So the correct roots are -1 and 8. Yay! The problem is solved! Okay guys, last before I close this video, I have a quote from Atiqoh that the mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand. Hopefully what we learned today can be useful. Thank you for watching this video to the end and see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.